I got a lot of heart. This guy's good. This guy's the next Floyd Mayweather. There's nothing else that they could say bad about me no more. For somebody who's never seen me fight before, I think I'm a master of my craft. If you want to see art, come watch me. That was 9 rounds of sparring. I ain't gonna tell y'all the minutes, but yeah, I'm preparing to my fullest. Putting in a lot of work and getting ready. That's why he always wrong.
Shakur Stevenson is looking absolutely dialed in during these training sessions, displaying that signature lightning-quick reflexes, tight defense, and ice-cold composure while preparing for his massive clash with Teofimo Lopez.
You know he like to work off his jab, so you handle that jab, you handle it coming forward. That's the first thing that you always want to do, man. Try to avoid injury, man. It's fun, man. I love it, I love it. I love it. See it, see it?
Nah.
You went on 5 extra rounds.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I'm still working.
And anything today that changed from like the coach's perspective, you might say that?
Nah, everything was good. Everything was on point. My coach did a good job, and I was sharp.
His coaching team has completely overhauled their sparring approach for this particular camp, bringing in training partners specifically chosen to replicate Lopez's relentless pressure and aggressive fighting style, instead of focusing purely on defensive drills.
Superstar status at this. Superstar, boy! Get ready, bro! Motherfucking superstar! That was us, and it ain't never them. It never ain't none of them. I see you.
Yeah.
You sparring dude over there too?
These training clips reveal just how locked in and precise Stevenson has become, sending a clear message that he's completely dialed in for what promises to be an elite-level battle.
High intensity, high output on those.
I can see the reaction.
Yes.
Motherfucker be like, ooh.
Okay, okay. Start snapping heads back next, man.
Shit, I already did that.
Speed.
I'm not moving up to the 140-pound division just yet. I'm actually a 35-pounder, but I moved up for this fight because I know that why would I bring him down? I would have to come up to his weight if I want to fight him, so it only made sense.
What's really impressive is how he keeps that same cool-headed demeanor, making punches miss by millimeters, deflecting shots with perfect shoulder rolls, and firing back with pinpoint accuracy. There's something noticeably different about his approach this time around, though. You can see the added fire and sense of urgency driving every movement he makes.
On my feet, just a man and his will to survive. It's deep Lopez, make it slap.
Yeah. Dream chasing, nigga. Chasing that money down like I just stole something. 1,000 nights, let's get it. Every time I fall, I go even harder. Every time I lose, I get even smarter. This is not a movement.
It works at Yeah.
Stevenson isn't just outclassing his sparring partners with pure boxing skill anymore. He's actively pushing forward, cranking up the pace, pushing his cardio to the limit, and creating the kind of wild exchanges that perfectly mirror the mayhem Teofimo Lopez loves to create when he steps between the ropes.
Yeah, what he just said. You sparring a dude over there too? Yeah.
Speaking with Dazan, Stevenson made it clear that this wasn't a mandatory fight he had to take. He actively went after this matchup because he considers Teofimo Lopez among the very best fighters competing at 140 pounds and wants to prove his place at the top.
This is the fight that I've been kind of waiting for my entire life. I didn't have to make this fight. This fight, I could have just stayed at 135 pounds. I made this fight happen because I know Teo is one of the guys at 140, but he got a big resume, big accomplishments. And I know there's going to be some doubt with people and fans when I go fight this guy. Going to be people that really believe that this guy is going to beat me. I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am, so I made this fight for that reason. That was my competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight.
Keyshawn Davis, who's been training alongside Shakur for years and considers him family, breaks down just how special Shakur's defensive mastery and fight IQ really are, talking about how Stevenson constantly elevates everyone around him while keeping them safe from taking unnecessary punishment.
Training with Shakur is amazing. A guy like me been knowing Shakur for over 10 years now. The boxing world know that we brothers and we'll never fight each other. And just being around him in his camp, man, it's nothing but positive energy. And everybody wanted to be great. He's like my big brother, man. Like, he is my big brother, honestly. You know, he got all the wisdom in the world, especially when it comes to defense. So he's just making sure I stay sharp on my defense and not getting hit.
Throughout this training camp, Davis paints a picture of a tight-knit family environment, buzzing with positive vibes, relentless work ethic, and everyone chasing the same dream together. This atmosphere has him convinced that Stevenson is continuing to evolve and will step into this fight in peak condition both physically and mentally.
No balance. Wrong balance.
Hey, you speak Spanish? Yeah. And you speak English? What did you say? What did you say?
No balance. Yeah. You don't talk it with your friend.
Don't coach him, don't coach him.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Chap, can we get a photo with you?
Yeah, come on, let's go.
Yeah, it's a family affair. We had some friends in the room came along to help the camp out. You know, things are going pretty well so far. We had an excellent camp going so far, and I think that, you know, Shakur is going to be in the greatest shape of his life for this hit fight. He gets better by the hour, so being that he gets better by the hour, soon he'll be invincible. So, you know, that's what we're looking at.
This matchup carries extra weight because Teofimo Lopez doesn't fit the typical mold of opponents Stevenson has faced. Lopez builds his success around explosive combinations, devastating offensive flurries, and that rare ability to completely flip a fight's direction with one perfectly timed sequence.
I think that, Shakur is going to be in the greatest shape of his life for this here fight. He gets better by the hour, so being that he gets better by the hour, soon he'll be invincible. So, that's the way we look at it.
T.O. is probably the biggest opponent I fought, but I don't feel like size win fights. I don't care who you is. If we get in a physical little wrestling match or anything in there, you gonna feel me just as much as I feel you. So
Shakur's always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up. So, it's about time that they really find out where their place is. They weren't looking up for nothing. January 31st and whatever fight after that, I really think, he's at the turning point of his career. It's the reason why those guys that came on the top level were always looking up to his level, because he was the only one up there.
When Lopez faced Vasyl Lomachenko, he showcased incredible patience and game planning. Against Josh Taylor, he proved his heart and ability to adjust mid-fight. Getting ready for someone with that skill set requires way more than just technical perfection. You need physical durability, razor-sharp mental focus, and the guts to hold your ground when things get messy. Everything we're seeing from Stevenson's sparring suggests they're building exactly that kind of preparation.
nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. He got a lot of weaknesses, though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not going to correct them overnight. It's going to be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's going to come out there trying to perform highly, and I'm going to take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm going to keep them to myself. Y'all know no recording, right?
Teofimo Lopez's preparation for his showdown with Shakur Stevenson has been all about relentless intensity, strict discipline, and a completely refocused mindset.
Turn your dreams into reality. It's a real thing. You don't see no progression. You don't see no progress, so to speak, in the beginning. Out of nowhere, it's 1 year that just boom and then boom and back to back to back to back that hits everything, and you're like, so all that was to leave for this moment. Shakur got it coming, man. That guy got it coming. I'm telling you. I joke around with the public. That's one thing, but man, he'll find out when we're in that ring. January 31st, he'll find out.
Today is chest, triceps, a little bit of shadow boxing with some weights. Keep the ligaments and everything loose. A little bit of forearms to finish it off. Nothing too intense like others. We don't need that. Later today, we're going to go boxing, but prior to that, we're going to go recover. Go see Dr. Dennis in Miami Lakes.
Lopez has built his reputation on devastating athleticism and that fearless warrior mentality, but he's diving into this camp with the awareness of a fighter who fully grasps what's on the line and exactly what kind of elite talent he's about to face.
Today is chest, triceps, a little bit of shadow boxing with some weights. Keep the ligaments and everything loose. A little bit of forearms to finish it off. Nothing too intense like others. We don't need that. Later today, we're going to go boxing, but prior to that, we're going to go recover. Go see Dr. Dennis in Miami Lakes. Head over there. Go get readjusted. Just keeping that grind, steady grind. We be in Shakur? Yeah, that's Teofimo right there. That's Takeover bobblehead. Yeah, he agrees with me. He going down, ain't he? Yeah, let's go, baby, the takeover.
Watch Lopez work inside the gym and you'll see the perfect blend of controlled violence and strategic thinking. Lopez has always been most dangerous when his natural explosiveness gets channeled through disciplined execution, and his corner seems completely focused on bringing back the version of Teofimo that destroyed world-class opposition before. Training sessions are reportedly lightning fast and brutally physical, specifically designed to prepare for the constant lateral movement and defensive wizardry that makes Stevenson so special. Most fighters try to stand and trade with Lopez, but Stevenson lives off creating angles and making you miss, so Lopez is drilling how to trap him in corners instead of chasing him around the ring.
We are here at the Undisputed Performance Center, just in preparation for January 31st against Shakur Stevenson.
He was born for this. He's God-gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. We got to do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break. Just trying to see how much more I could push.
He's the best whenever he's in good condition. Like they say, we eat, we sleep.
From a mental standpoint, Teofimo Lopez looks completely dialed in. All those previous questions about focus and outside distractions seem to have ignited an even more determined version of the former world champion. People in his inner circle talk about a fighter who's become more reserved, more methodical, and completely absorbed in every aspect of his preparation. You can see this mental transformation in how he approaches training, sticking religiously to his daily schedule and obsessing over every small detail during technical work. When you're facing a chess master like Stevenson, that mental sharpness becomes just as crucial as raw physical talent.
My nutritionist is anonymous. They're giving me a lot more protein than the previous camps. I'm actually having more meals in between rather than before.
I've been with him ever since he started boxing, which was at 6. I really knew that he was really good when he started beating professional fighters at 13, 14 years old.
Between me and Shakur, when we were under top rank, because we were the next rising stars, we sparred. We did only 3 rounds back in Miami in 2016. I was getting the best out of him. You should have seen afterwards. Why do you think he said stop? He said stop recording. Come on, dog.
Considered by many as the pound-for-pound king, Lomachenko!
I want him to chase Loma because I knew that if we missed that opportunity, we would have never got him.
And he has done it. The takeover has begun.
I won my first world title at 22, and it's like I don't get what I've earned.
Teofimo Lopez maintains an incredibly regimented and precisely monitored nutrition plan throughout fight camp to optimize his performance and successfully make weight. His daily routine includes 3 perfectly balanced meals plus 2 strategic snacks, everything portion managed, sourced organically, and guaranteed non-GMO, with his refrigerator loaded with pre-made meal containers to maintain complete consistency and nutritional value. His meal planning revolves around lean protein sources, green vegetables like broccoli, slow-burning carbohydrates such as Japanese yams, and hydrating options like fresh watermelon while completely eliminating any processed foods. His support team also emphasizes staying hydrated with alkaline water all day long and supporting recovery through quality sleep and targeted supplementation. This rigorous nutritional approach fuels his energy levels, supports muscle recovery, and helps manage his weight as he pushes through demanding training sessions leading up to fight night.
Today, we're going to fuel ourselves up with a couple different things. Got my black coffee where it says New York, because that's where we're headed. Like Frank Sinatra says, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And now what's left is the main dish. There's a lot right here, but usually it's not bad after a workout too. You know, you fuel up the body. I think a lot of people want success, but what is success? There's so many ways to look at it. What is success? What is the true meaning behind success? Being better than you were yesterday. Kobe Bryant says it. He's like, you know, winning all these championships were great in the beginning, but like, you know, so many people just kept saying more and more things about him, no matter what. And
what changed that perspective and that way of him looking at it was like, well, let me start focusing on inspiring everyone around.
Meanwhile, Stevenson isn't sleeping on Lopez's boxing intelligence either. Lopez has proven he can box with patience and discipline when the situation demands it, and Stevenson's team looks ready for that tactical version too. Some sparring partners get instructions to box defensively and cautiously, putting pressure on Stevenson to lead the action and solve a patient, disciplined puzzle. This comprehensive preparation means Stevenson will be ready regardless of which version shows up, whether Lopez explodes out of the gate or sits back looking to counter every mistake.
Being better than you were yesterday. Kobe Bryant says it. He's like, you know, winning all these championships were great in the beginning, but like, you know, so many people just kept saying more and more things about him, no matter what. And what changed that perspective and that way of him looking at it was like, well, let me start focusing on inspiring everyone around, being a leader. He was always had that leader mentality all the way, ever since he was number 8. You get more out of what you do from inspiring everyone than you do focusing on yourself, because you already know you did it. You did it, you know? It's like this guy behind me, he says, I just did that, you know? So, you know, when you do that, you did that. I want to hang up my gloves one day where no one could reach the accomplishments and for years. I'm talking about like half a century. It's going to take somebody 50 years from now to accomplish what I'm going to be doing. That's my mindset.
This bout represents a potentially career-defining moment for Shakur Stevenson, the fight that could launch him from elite technician status straight into global boxing superstardom. Making the jump up to 140 pounds to face Teofimo Lopez creates both the biggest gamble and greatest opportunity of Stevenson's professional journey, putting him under the brightest lights he's ever experienced against a proven champion with legitimate knockout power and championship pedigree. Boxing experts and former world champions see this fight as absolutely massive for both men, with the victor setting themselves up for unification opportunities and long-term control of the entire division. Stevenson has been completely honest about understanding how significant this moment is, describing this as his opportunity to demonstrate he deserves a seat at boxing's top table after making the move up in weight. Victory here would rocket him into pound-for-pound debates, completely reshape his legacy, and establish him as one of the sport's most important fighters of this entire era.
January 31st and whatever fight after that, you know, I really think, you know, he's at the turning point in his career. It's a reason why those guys that came on the top level were always looking up to his level, because he was the only one up there.
Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson.
I like both guys, honestly. I like both guys. Teofimo, he's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter. He's very athletic. He comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, and I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone, I'm going Shakur, but it's a great fight. They're both young, both in their prime, and it's the fights we need now.
Eddie Hearn has called the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson clash exactly the type of premium-level matchup that boxing desperately needs right now, giving massive credit to both men as world-class talents competing in their absolute prime. Hearn pointed out Stevenson's technical mastery, explaining that his superior ring intelligence, incredible discipline, and meticulous preparation make him an extremely dangerous challenger, even while moving up in weight class and potentially sacrificing size and punching power to Lopez. He also gave full respect to Lopez's devastating explosiveness, freakish athleticism, and unpredictable fighting style that have carried him to victories over elite-level competition throughout his career and make him a nightmare matchup for anyone. Hearn thinks this clash of styles, Stevenson's surgical precision, and fight IQ against Lopez's raw power and ability to create chaos is exactly what will make this fight absolutely must-see television for boxing fans and a genuine proving ground for both fighters at the height of their powers.
I think Shakur is massively underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is we're seeing them in their prime.
Shakur Stevenson has been pretty direct about spotting multiple holes in Teofimo Lopez's fighting style, but he's staying tight-lipped about the specific details instead of running his mouth before they actually step in the ring. Stevenson broke it down by saying that while Lopez is definitely a skilled fighter with an impressive resume, he's convinced that Lopez still hasn't addressed certain fundamental problems that he fully intends to take advantage of once they finally square off. Stevenson's team is obviously feeling confident about their battle plan and has zero interest in giving Lopez and his corner any free intel about their strategy. By keeping those details under wraps, Stevenson keeps Lopez guessing, making it impossible for Lopez to know exactly which weaknesses Stevenson plans to target.
All that more pressure stuff don't mean nothing. As long as I'm like locked in and I'm focused on what I'm supposed to be doing, nothing else matters around me. That 4-weight world champion, it means everything to me. That's me separating myself. A lot of these guys that they claim is the guys nowadays, none of them can say that they are a 4-weight world champion. He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not going to correct them overnight. It's going to be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's going to come out there trying to perform highly, and I'm going to take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm going to keep them to myself.
So who do you think walks away with the victory, and what's your reasoning? Share your predictions down below. Appreciate you watching.